most impromptu convo ever.
Yeah.
But I think this is dope because it's actually organic. So welcome to this age for viewers and people who are watching. This is like an interview series where we used to interact and speak to conversate with creatives all around London and beyond, right? It's a collaborative project. So with Drummer Boy Studios and obviously with Layers, which is like my brand that launched last year. So yeah, we just try to like speak to creatives, try to find out about their process, see what they're up to, find out about their inspirations and stuff, and then just kind of just give you a bit more, kind of introduce them to our audience a bit more.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got Jay here. So Jay Hines, is that your full name?
Yeah. So my full name is James Claude Armand Hines. That's like it's French. My mum's like fancy names, isn't it? So she named my brother Asher Alexander. And named me James Claude Armand.
So
that's my full name.
So Claude and Alexander, like these are like obviously much more, like tropical. It's not tropical, like cultural.
I mean Claude is French. James Claude is French. And Armand is, I think it might be Hebrew, and Asher, I think that might be Hebrew as well. I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But I think they're like, my mum likes cultural names, you know what I mean?
Yeah, cultural names, I think that's what I meant to say, Okay, cool.
That's I think, I don't know, she's always like tried to make sure that we were kind of like that.
Is it just you two, your brother?
Yeah, so it's just me and my brother. It's me and my brother, do you know what I mean? So we've always had like quite a close relationship to our mum. So she's kind of got us to understand a lot of things in certain ways.
How life is and everything.
Yeah, it's important.
And obviously when we actually saw each other, like for those that don't know actually, why this is impromptu is because I actually just saw James, I was coming, I was going to South Kent Station.
Yeah, South Kent Station.
And he was outside, like speaking to someone, and we've been trying to arrange an interview anyway, the last few weeks, so we thought let's just do it today, which is amazing because it's impromptu, but, and also like we're just gonna I guess, we take it as it is, right?
Yeah.
So, I wanted to ask you about OSAL Studio. I wanted to ask you, obviously, like you're like personal stylist or you're like fashion stylist.
Yeah.
How would you describe yourself to people that don't know you, like a few words?
I like to say I'm a creative. Like as cheesy as that sounds. I'm a creative because I personally think anybody can be a stylist. Do you know what I mean? I feel like anyone could be a stylist. Like my grandma could be a stylist. My dad could be a stylist. But to be a creative is something totally different. To be a creative and to create editorial work and work that actually means something and put like a narrative on it is totally different, because you can have a denim jacket and just put a denim jacket on someone, then you can put a denim jacket, button it up to another denim jacket, then another denim jacket, then put a scarf around it and then tie it around someone's head, and that could have a totally different narrative. Do you know what I mean? I feel like with styling, I break it down. So there's stylists and then there's creators. Creators create a story, create cinematic stuff that can be relatable to an audience and perceived in a different way. Stylists are just good at putting outfits together. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I personally think.
So would you say creative and yourself, you would look at yourself more as a stylist because you would look at yourself more as a creative because there's 100%. Much more layers to that. It's like a stage, isn't it?
100%.
So there's like a stage that you have to get to then be like, actually, would you say you started as a stylist or would you say you started as a creative?
I studied classical and contemporary dance and arts history. So I've always been kind of creative. But I just used to like put outfits on myself. And people started to say, "Oh, I was a stylist," and I was like, "I never knew really what that was." And then from there, I took like my whole like creative direction, art direction background from like creating plays and dances and putting them together. I put that into my work, and that's kind of how I formulated my kind of style and my feel.
So can you remind me again? I heard you, but what did you study? Sorry.
So I studied classical, contemporary dance and arts history.
Oh, that's interesting. Where was that? Why did you go down that route?
So I did classical, contemporary dance for about 8 years. I studied that for about 8 years. So I played football prior to that.
Yeah.
Then I studied dance. Then I started to do fashion. And the reason why I kind of did that, it was kind of my second option after football, really.
Yeah.
And then I kind of enjoyed it, but then I started to look at the market, was like, I don't feel like I can kind of create a career in this. I can't feed my family. I don't feel like I'm going to be able to sustain a lifestyle that I want.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Through
this, just with certain things in politics, in the industry.
Okay, cool.
As there is everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't see myself in that place, really.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. So you did that for 8 years, you mentioned, and obviously you then started to, you got into fashion.
Yeah.
What were the kind of challenges and stuff, like, of kind of, switching from one thing, something that you've done for a while, into something else?
Fashion isn't just about what I like, do you know what I mean? It isn't about, especially when it's dressing clients, it's not about what I like. If I like crop trousers, my client might not like crop trousers, I can't force him in crop trousers, do you know what I mean? It was about finding the medium and actually knowing different body shapes, different sizes, knowing people's bodies and actually understanding what they can and can't wear, what different skin tones they can, like jewelry, certain things that they can and can't do and wear. Like I had to learn those things just by doing it.
So and obviously you didn't have, what's interesting is that you didn't have a prior experience of being a stylist, and obviously from what I gather, obviously you did dance and then obviously you did art history, right? You didn't go to like a fashion school, or did you? No. So it was kind of, it was more kind of like, is it like a gift that you kind of like over time discovered that actually I can style people?
Yeah, I mean,
because you didn't go to like a school of styling or something.
I mean, like, to be fair, I don't think you need to study to go to be a fashion stylist. I don't think so, because I feel like anyone can be a stylist. I feel like that's the government's way of kind of getting money out of people. Say, hey, come to school, pay us like $9,000 a year, and we'll teach you how to become a stylist. And I don't think you need to do that, because I've kind of found out how to be one without paying any money to no one. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if it's a gift. I'll say that I'm blessed that it's my career. Do you know what I mean? Especially like where I come from, that, and I think that's awesome. But I kind of it was a lot of work as well. Do you know what I mean? That I had to put in. It still is a lot of work that I have to put in to get out there, because it's such a flipping massive industry.
It's a massive industry, and of course, it's a competitive industry, like fashion and anything to do like creative. It's like really competitive. So how long have you been doing it for then? Like, would you say, like, how long would you say in terms of like consistently have you been doing it?
Yes, I mean, like, so I would say I've been consistently freelance. I graduated maybe a year and a bit ago. So I've been freelance for a year. I would say a year and a bit
ago.
So a year and a bit I've been freelancing, and it's been alright. It's challenging, but it's good. I mean, with any job, do you know what I mean? You just have to kind of keep pushing, and testing yourself and your vision, and really like believing in the shit you're doing, because that's so important. But if you don't believe in what you're doing, and you're listening to people, maybe you should do this in that way, maybe you should do it that way, they're trying to fuck up your story, man. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to write my own story. Like, stop trying to put your pen on my paper. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
That's interesting. So how did you get yourself out there, like initially?
Mate.
So obviously you said a year and a half or so now.
Yeah, it's social media, really. Social media, social media is so powerful, man.
What, Instagram?
Instagram, mainly Instagram. It's just crazy, just being out at events, networking and that, man. Just meeting people and recommendations and all of that. It's just about being about. I'm quite a chatty person, so like I'm pretty easy with most people. So it's like that's kind of what helps, really.
So people can kind of relate, like, you meet people and you're kind of open-minded and stuff. That's interesting. One of my other questions I wanted to ask, and I'm going to ask a lot of people this, is like, what are you passionate about right now? Obviously you're doing like you're creative, and obviously you're styling and stuff. You're obviously into fashion. Like, but what would you say those things are the things you're passionate about, or is there actually anything else that you're like, I'm actually passionate about this, and like kind of developing an interest in something else?
There's a lot, and there's something we were briefly speaking about is the kids, man. I'm passionate about the kids. I'm passionate about the kids because like this isn't what I thought I was ever gonna do in my life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never thought I was gonna do fashion. I never thought I was gonna like, for however long it lasts, be my own boss. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never thought that was gonna happen. I thought I was either gonna be like Sainsbury's 9 to 5, night shift, and that was it. That's my life done. Or gonna be like working top man, retail.
Something
I never knew.
You didn't think beyond that.
Yeah, I never thought beyond that. But I think where we come from in like Southeast London, like I grew up in Charlton, Plumstead, Woolwich, around them areas. Do you know what I mean? So like growing up there, you know, there's not a lot of positive influences. I'm gonna be honest, except for like maybe a few grime artists that we saw on TV. Do you get what I'm saying? We never really like saw anyone that was like, yo, you could be this. It was either football, become a trapper, or become a rapper, or do business.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone went to college and everyone did business and psychology.
Yeah, business like.
Do you know what I mean? Everyone did business and psychology and all of that. But I went and did dance and acting. Do you know what I mean? So I thank my teacher for that actually, because I never did that after football. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and I wasn't the best person in school. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't the best behaved kid, and there was a lot of kids like me. Up to doing stupidness, doing dumb stuff.
Into all types.
Yeah, man, getting into a lot of trouble being on the roads. Just because we didn't have anyone to look up to or think there was any opportunity until I did this, and it just led into so many different avenues. And I feel like the people from the higher forces to come back and show these kids, man, or just come and show these kids, yo, you don't have to be talking about gunning man down or dipping man down, jumping out and 4-4 and all of that shit. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. There's more to life.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? There's more to life than all of that crap that they're talking about.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean, and also to a certain extent, I mean, obviously we've seen, like, even from what you just said, there's so much little points I want to kind of like try to expand on. I don't want to spend too much time on.
Yeah.
So you mentioned like obviously everyone was studying business and stuff. So all of and obviously you went and did like dancing and you did like performing arts and stuff like that. And you mentioned your teacher, and that's going to be my next kind of thing I want to explore. Is like, do you feel like the education system helped you?
I mean,
or would you say it was kind of like, I just got lucky and this teacher seemed to kind of spot that I was interested, I would do good in this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it was a tricky one, man, because
it's a fine line, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tricky one because I feel like the education system helps you to a certain extent. Do you know what I mean? Because if I didn't go to school, I wouldn't know how to read or write or conduct myself properly in front of certain people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, that's down to my mother as well, and to school.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to speak properly in certain situations when I need to. Do you know what I mean? That's what schools helped me do. But at the same time, I don't think school is for everyone. And at the same time, I don't think uni is for everyone. I don't think college is for everyone. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's all about the person because everyone is different. You know what I mean? And
that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
Everyone is different. But like, you can't measure.
You can't have like one system for everyone.
Person, like,
do you know how?
You're thinking of different to me. I'm thinking different to. Do you know what I mean?
It's like even twins are different.
Trust me.
And they spend 9 months together, like from the whole source.
So it's like people want to be like, no, you have to be like this. You have to be like that. And that's what I feel like. That's what the government's done.
Yeah.
Like telling us we have to be like this. We have to have a stable job. You have to get 40, 50k and go up 60, 70. Nah, man. Like
that's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone. And when I branched out and I started seeing shit, and I was like, yo, I gotta tell these kids, like, yo, this life is amazing. Like, you don't have to be just chilling there. Just go get your AMG, go get your Audi, and just live your life. Be unhappy doing a shit job. Bro, you can live your life, travel the world, see beautiful things, meet amazing people.
I mean, what's I'm gonna chime in and say, like, what's the whole point of having like an AMG if you're not really seeing the world? Like, do you know what I mean? You're in one city. But you know, like, there's way more to life than just being in one place in your car.
Exactly.
Like, you have to get out there.
And that's the thing that I like to tell these kids, man.
Alright.
That's what I like to tell these kids.
I also wanted to ask you a little bit about, like social media and this age that we're in, right?
Yeah.
It's social media, we all know that there's pluses to it. Such a powerful thing. We're all connected. We're all kind of using it for our businesses and social and personal stuff. But also, I wanted to ask you, how often, for what you do, how often do you use your phone? How long are you on your phone for daily?
You know what it is? It's bad. And like an ex of mine was telling me, like I'm on my phone constantly because it's so.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like you're so addicted to. Well, me personally, I'm so addicted to progression.
Okay, interesting.
And like,
yeah.
and on social media, like as stupid as it sounds, it's like planning my posts and making everything super meticulous and in order.
Yeah.
Is like when someone comes onto my profile, that's my portfolio. That is the first thing that they're gonna see,
Yeah.
and that is the first thing. Oh, do I follow them? Do I not follow them? Do I want to work with them? Do I message them or not?
Yeah.
So I'm so particular on what I post and how I get how it's structured because I'm trying to get to the next level. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to maintain on this level for the same year. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like Instagram plays a big part in that because I do get a lot of jobs off Instagram as well.
Like based on so you would say obviously for you. That's something you kind of have to do. Like that's how you get yourself out there. So you have to be on your phone. Like you have to. You were talking about laptop and stuff, and how important that is. Like those are two main things that we need right now. So.
But it's funny that you said that. You said right now because I guarantee Instagram's not going to be about in like 4 or 5 years.
So you think
it's not going to be about?
So you're already thinking something might replace it.
Like I'm saying like people need to make sure that they're relevant in real life as well. People need to make sure that they're relevant, that they've got their contacts in real life, that they know people know their names in real life, that they're a brand in real life. Because once Instagram goes and all those followers go and all those likes go, what are you? Do you know what I mean? Once that's gone, I won't even know that you're verified. Do you know what I mean? If I didn't know you in the first place, I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, because I'm meeting you in person or
now,
meeting you at an event.
Now I've never heard of you.
I've never heard of you. No one knows you.
You can't just show me your gram.
Gram anymore.
Yeah,
that's gone. And that's something I was thinking
important.
about. Yeah, that's one thing I was thinking about because I remember like sometimes people's account get deleted or something happens to the app.
Exactly.
It's like, and I remember someone posted and saying, you know, like you one of those like someone was having maybe like a little rant or they were kind of like, you know, just expressing their opinion or whatever. And they were like, if your Instagram gets locked off, how do you even get it back?
Yeah.
If all that followers, especially if you're using it for business or if you're like a blogger or like a vlogger or whatever, if that goes, Instagram don't have like an outline.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean? They don't have a situation where you can be like, oh yeah, my account just got locked off. Like it's not BT, like BT Sport. It's not like, do you know what I mean?
And they try to get it back.
They can try to get you back. Like if that goes, you have to start again.
Yeah, trust me.
So and you're losing a lot of contacts. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's actually more relevant to get people's numbers
in
or
real
something.
life.
In real life,
man.
yeah.
Exactly. Emails, right? It's so important, man. Emails going out and meeting. Going out and meeting people, man. It's so important, not just knowing them on social media because social media is not even a real thing.
Yeah.
It's not real, man. It's just like someone's made it up just to connect us all, and that's awesome. Do you know what I mean? But once that all breaks down, do you know what I mean? What is there? What's left?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's a great way for business though.
For business, of
so I'm
course,
I'm not gonna put it down at all because I get paid through Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? A lot of people do, and a lot of people have made a lot of money through social media. Yeah, and I fully respect that. I respect that. Yeah. And there's opportunities out there, and that's one thing I do communicate to these kids like, yo, there's fucking opportunities out there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Go and get it. We're in the age now, we're in social media. Like, the social media is like the biggest thing in the world right now.
It is.
Go and get it, man.
Yeah.
You can be a comedian. Look at Michael Dapper. Look at all of these guys. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These guys have used their minds and seen the market and be like, yo, I'm gonna change my life. This is what I'm gonna do. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what it's about.
That's dope. You know, and also I also wanted to like get your opinion on. I wanted to get your opinion on kind of like and you know kind of like different kind of spheres of like what fashion is right now. So obviously you got like streetwear and you got like Virgil Abloh and he's doing really important stuff in fashion. Like for you, what aspects of fashion are you really feeling right now?
That's a difficult one actually. It's actually quite a difficult one because I love luxury brands. I love luxury brands. Yeah. And I love streetwear. Yeah. I love that. As like you can see, like I combine. I wear tracksuit with shoes, with Givenchy. Like I like that. That's my style. I don't really have an opinion at the moment. I feel like luxury isn't luxury anymore though. I feel it's too attainable if we're talking about fashion, if we're going to talk about fashion, it's too attainable by everyone. That isn't really
that's
what.
That
isn't what luxury is. If we're gonna be bougie, that isn't what luxury is, because I understand the whole Supreme, Louis Vuitton, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I understand that, and it's for the kids, and it sells amazing. Do you know what I mean? But luxury needs to be luxury, like.
So like,
because it has to be something. It has to be something that's earned.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like a nice house. It has to be something that's earned. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You can't just go to me. I'm just graduated. Oh yeah, you can afford that. Go on. Yeah. Like, I mean, it would be nice, but it's something that's earned. You haven't worked for it, man. Yeah. Work for it. Do you know what I mean? Work your arse off, because people work hard to get this stuff. But now luxury's become something that's like, you don't ever work for it. You just ask your parents for money, or do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like brands like Tom Ford, brands like that, you can't just walk in and just be like, I want a jacket. Do you know what I mean? Because that's setting you back like 5,000, maybe 10,000. Do you know what I mean? Like, easy. That's a lot. This is Tom Ford. Yeah. That's luxury. Do you know
there's a level for everyone.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you feel like someone just graduated from uni, or like you're someone that's got your first job.
Yeah.
And then, like there's this whole idea of like, you get your first paycheck and you want to get Gucci belt. And that's one of the things I don't like about social media.
Yeah, I know.
Even though we've spoken about how positive it is for businesses and all of us connecting, like it influences people the wrong way as well. It makes people sometimes, you can influence them to feel like their level isn't good enough, like their process isn't good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
So they get a bit of money and it's like, oh, they're trying to splash everything. Just to then take a picture or two with a Selfridges bag, like,
Trust
look,
me,
I've got mine as well.
It's like that.
So it's
bad, that's bad. That's another. And to be fair, I'm not gonna act like I'm perfect, because I've done that myself. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I've been paid whatever amounts, and I've been dumb and splashed it. But at the same time, I say luxury shouldn't be attainable. Well, I shouldn't say it shouldn't be. Yeah. You should work for it. But once you do work for it and you do earn it, there's nothing wrong with that, I think.
Because there isn't. Yeah.
Because even myself personally, like I've worked for stuff and I've been like, I've always wanted Gucci shoes, man. I've always wanted Gucci shoes. I've worked hard for this, and I've waited like a year, 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I've got this money now. I'm gonna buy the Gucci shoes, and I 1,000% respect that. But I think if you're just out there just buying luxury 24/7, I don't know.
But then also, I guess I guess in a way, if you're someone that invests in that kind of stuff like often, and that's like your religion, or that's like something you do often, you can resell it though. I mean,
and see that's something
that's like another business model.
Yeah,
you know what? You can sell it on to someone else.
That's another business move, which is awesome. A lot of these children are doing.
They're buying it and then they're selling it, and people are kind of making their money that way. And rightly or wrongly, at the end of the day, people, as long as it's not legal to do that. As far as I know.
But it's like it's a hustle. Everything in this world is a hustle, man. There's nothing that isn't a hustle. Once people start doing it a few times, it becomes legal.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
once enough people start doing it,
it's like, actually, the government will start being like, how can we get tax on all these people buying and selling it?
As long as they can see they can get a percentage.
Now, as long as they get their percentage.
Trust me.
So yeah.
Trust me.
So obviously, like Virgil, I mean, and obviously you've done like a lot of like, styling and a lot of editorials and stuff. You've done it for like some of the high-end brands and stuff. You've done something recently, I think I was looking at, with like these twins.
Oh, with these sisters.
Yeah. Was that in Paris?
Yeah.
Can you tell people a little bit about how that situation came about?
Yeah, so
I can't remember what brand you did it with.
I shot these two girls for L'Officiel Ukraine's April issue, and their father was the creative director of the brand Lavon.
Right.
Which is I think it's a French brand. French luxury brand.
Yeah.
And so that's their father, and I shot them in for a haute couture special.
Okay, yeah.
So that was super cool, because obviously the dresses had literally just come off the runway maybe 2 weeks before that.
Wow.
So straight to that. So that was an experience for me. Do you know what I mean? And like flying out to Paris to shoot them, like that was great. Do you know what I mean? That's another thing. I was like, shit. it's my job. You know what I mean? Like,
I've got to go to Paris and go pattern this
exactly.
situation.
It's different because I'm not like from that.
Like you said, like you're not.
I'm not from that. So for me, some of them are like, well, it's casual, but I don't care. I'm excited because I'm like, bro, I never thought I could be doing this, bro. Like I dress people for a living, like doing this is mad. So like for me, that was an amazing experience.
So when something like that comes about, like, and obviously you got to get ready, your location, whatever, flying out and doing whatnot. How do you approach the whole situation? How do you, obviously you mentioned like things have to be cinematic for you. Like, that's what you aim for your projects to be. So how do you approach that? Where does the story come from? Is it from them? Is it from the two, the sisters? Or is it kind of like, it's fine? Or is it just culture in general?
Yeah, it depends. It depends, man. It depends because with like when it comes to my art direction, I like things to make sense. Do you know what I mean? It all has to make sense when it's being communicated to the audience. Yeah. That's what it's all about. When it comes to the sisters, it was pretty easy because it was mainly about showing it was luxury. Yeah. We wanted them to look beautiful, wanted them to look pretty, and it was pretty simple. But at the same time, we wanted to have like an editorial effect, so it wasn't too much of, oh, look at these girls with nice dresses, pretty, because then it comes commercial, and that isn't my style. Yeah. And then so I did like a bit of my style, which is quite dark, so I added like a bit of leather, a bit of mixing like different crystals and jewelry, with like shades, different shapes of shades and stuff like that, and playing with colours, matching whites and blacks with powder pinks and stuff like that, just giving it a little bit of a punkish feel, not too much glamorous.
Yeah. So you wanted to have like an edge to it.
Yeah, 100%. Because that's me. Like I don't like clean work. I hate that. Yeah. I hate when things look prim and proper because I feel like it kind of represents me and where I'm from as well. Because where I'm from it's not clean and proper. Do you know what I mean? It's not, nothing looks good all the time. Do you know what I mean? So having a bit of like a rebellious kind of feel, as well, that's like my personality as well. It kind of shows me as well, and that's kind of what I think everyone should have in their work. Yeah. People don't trust the process. Everyone will question, like my mum questioned my career, my dad questioned my career, and now they're seeing it. They're like, oh wow, Jay, you said what you were gonna do. People always. And
I want you to expand on that a bit, because obviously you even mentioned you even mentioned it to me on my way here, and you were like, I was decided I was gonna quit, and then my mum was like, are you mad? Like,
it's important, man.
You wanted to get out of that routine,
bro. It's important.
So can you tell people a little bit more about how you decided to actually like, I'm gonna just go start my own brand and kind of just chase this dream I've got?
So it was like, I was working at Burberry. Yeah. I was working in store at Burberry, and I just knew there was something, because my plan was to be there for like a year, 2 years. Cool. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Just get it on my CV. When I just graduated, and I said to myself, I can't do this because I have people who I feel that, no disrespect to anyone whatsoever, but I feel that aren't on the level that I'm on, that I know that I'm on, telling me what to do, telling me, hey, you do that, do that. Oh, you drop that hammer, pick it up. Yeah. Like speaking to me in such disrespectful ways, and I'm like, who the fuck are you? Kind of thing, like, don't speak to me like that. Just speak to me properly. Nicely. Do you know what I mean? You don't know me, I don't know you. Yeah. And that's when I just decided, I quit after like 21 days. I quit, and after I quit, it was funny that I met someone that worked there, and he got me in touch with the head office of Burberry, and now I freelance at the head office at Burberry. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the way the world works.
The way the world works is like kind of like, don't get comfortable here.
That's what it is.
More is meant to happen.
I trust my body. That's one thing about me. I'm quite spiritual, and I trust my body. And when my heart feels something and my belly's feeling something, and it's like, Jay, you shouldn't do that. I don't fight it. I don't say, oh Jay, just give it a month. I'll give it maybe longest a week. And I'm like, yo, I'm trusting my body, I'm out of here. You get what I'm saying? I'm out, I'm done.
So like, is that instinct? Like you have that instinct?
Yeah, man, I feel it.
So you just left, and then obviously your stylist and kind of like creative side started to like
I just went for it, man. I went. I mean, I look like, what do I have to lose right now? Because right now I'm unemployed. I don't have a job. So, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm unemployed. I'm at rock bottom right now. If you're talking. Yeah. I'm at rock bottom. I don't have a job. Yeah. What am I going to do? I need money. Yeah. So in that case, I'm hungry. I'm coming for your job, your client,
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's interesting.
And that's what you get. And I feel like sometimes some people get too comfortable when they made it to a certain level, they lose that hunger.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They lose that hunger and they start to get complacent.
Yeah.
And I don't think people can get complacent. I don't think you can afford to get complacent because there are some talented kids out there, man.
That will kind of like knock you.
Oh man, there's some talented people out there, like some amazing designers. Like I know someone called Harris Reed that goes to CSM. He's absolutely incredible, getting his stuff on like Harry Styles and working with amazing people like Jack Davidson, and he's incredible.
Yeah.
Like people like that are always coming up, doing incredible stuff. So I think it's important never to get too complacent. Just keep working, keep being hungry, and keep improving your skill set because you're never complete. You're never complete.
Every day at school, man.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing speaking to you, man. And I guess let's talk about OSAL Studio.
Yeah, it's my baby.
That's your babe, right now. So,
right now.
OSAL Studio, obviously you launched it, what, a month ago?
Yeah,
Like, put it out there, you put
3
the word out
weeks,
to
a
people.
month ago. Yeah, 3 weeks now. But yeah, it's going good. We're doing a lot of art direction stuff. So we're working with Columbia Records, Sony Records at the moment, and some really cool-ish. It should be good. We've got a lot of cool things coming out, man. We're trying to do a collab with Nike as well. It should be awesome because we've got a super conceptual idea for that.
So you kind of got it ready and then it's there.
That's gonna be mad. It's like we're planning like a crazy, like something totally different from Nike. Like it's gonna be totally different, but sports related. But it's gonna be so different that people are gonna be like, this is like all Nintendo characters in one kind of thing. We'll put so many different characters into like one kind of set. Do you know what I mean? Which is gonna be fucking sick. But yeah, it
sounds good, man.
We're doing a few things.
So I mean, and you know, in your team, right? How many people have you got like working with you on the studio?
At the moment, I have 2 of my mates who do like the admin stuff mainly. Then I have my assistant, who's my personal assistant for my personal work. And then also I have an intern as well, and I'm also looking for another freelance assistant. So it's like 5 of us at the moment. But it's pretty chilled because we're not too busy at the moment because we've only just started. Do you know what I mean? So at this stage, it's just like there's a lot of meetings and getting ourselves out there, a lot of work on the socials and all that stuff.
You gotta do the socials, man.
Yeah, man.
I promise you, like you gotta be
it's
on there.
about,
You gotta get yourself
yeah.
out. There's my content. And obviously, how did the studio? How did the idea come? I don't want to miss this moment and then not really get more information about it.
So like OSAL. So I was sitting at home and I thought about it, and I always say this thing because I always say life is super short, man. Life is super short, and we're dead longer than we're alive. Do you know what I mean? And this is the one shot that we have at life. Like that is it. We don't have it's not a game. You get what I'm saying?
For real.
Do you know what I mean? It's not a fucking game. It's serious shit. And I just sat back and I thought about it, and I was like, one shot at life, and I was like, OSAL. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, that's it. That's me. Instead of trying to create a name, look up at a fancy name, in a different language. I was like, that's me, man. That is me, OSAL. Because I always think that I only have one shot at this, man. And
I didn't know it was an acronym actually. I thought it was just like OSAL. But I guess if you think deeply, you think, what does OSAL mean?
Only people only know unless they ask.
They ask you, exactly. That's interesting.
So that's what I call it, OSAL Studio.
It's one shot in life, and obviously like it's a studio that you kind of use like for like your art direction, for like everything, like kind of encompasses all your creative avenues.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of covers all of that art.
And I call it a multidisciplinary agency, just because we do like from theatre to photography to everything, man. We cover everything, to architecture in hotels, to houses. Just because we want to do everything.
Would you do interior design?
Yeah, man. To be fair, I don't know
that's
how
what
to.
I'm really getting into.
But I'll just do it. I'll learn.
You learn it.
You know what I mean?
I'll learn it.
I love shapes and all that stuff. So it's about learning, man.
What's the next big thing? What's the next big thing that's coming? Like you feel like, because obviously you mentioned earlier, like, oh, Instagram might never be in 5 years.
Yeah, see,
so
it's a difficult one, like, because you can just never call it really.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't know, I can't call it.
Yeah.
But at the moment, people have this trend of black people. I feel like it's a trend to them right now.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I don't know, man. Like I feel like it's not. I feel like it's forced. It's being forced. It's kind of like, I love that we've given ourselves a voice. Do you know what I mean? And we are saying we deserve this, and we are this, and we are. Do you get what I'm saying?
Because we are culture.
Exactly,
I remember Jay said something like, and he was like, you know, like we are culture. Like once we move, everything moves. And I was like, that's so powerful.
No, but it is.
Like
It's
when things move. Like when we move, things move with it. Like that was interesting.
It's so true, and I at the moment I feel like, for instance, they'll put like a black girl on the cover just because I feel like they have to now. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, it's cool, man. If you want to put a white girl on the cover, put a white girl on the cover. Yeah. Just make sure that it's diverse. You know what I mean? You don't need to force it. You don't need to force. Oh my God, black. Let's go to Africa and shoot this. Let's go to this. Like, all right, we get it, and we 100%. We love it. We love that you're doing that, but make it feel like it's organic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let it be organic.
Let it be, not make it.
Make it feel, let it be organic. Don't force it, because I see so many things. I'm like, I feel like they're forcing it, like it's becoming a trend for them. And I'm like, bro, we're not a flipping trend. Like, we're not a trend. We've been here, man. We've been here for a minute, bro. We've been waiting. You know what I'm saying? We've been waiting. We're not a trend. None of this street culture and all of this. This is us. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, well, I don't like to say the street culture. I'm talking about for me personally, for Southeast. They've changed all of that. The Prada started to do stuff, or they've always done it, but Prada, Louis Vuitton, starting to include certain bits of culture
like
from us. And I'm just like, how long will it last? I can't call what the next biggest thing is going to be.
Okay, cool.
Or nothing. I don't know.
What's next for OSAL Studio? What's next for yourself? Obviously, you kind of mentioned in the conversation anyway. Like, you know, you're gonna get into like art direction.
It's just progression, man. You get me?
Yeah.
I don't really like to talk and say it. You know what I'm saying? But just people will see, man. Yeah. It's just progression. That's what it's about, man. We can't. I don't have time to slip up. Do you know what I mean? I have to. That's the only way.
And in terms of like collaboration and stuff, like do you feel like that's something that you're going to be doing more of?
Definitely. I'm going to be collaborating all over the place. I mean, it's the best way of marketing. Like, look at Virgil with Nike, Converse, IKEA, like Supreme, Louis Vuitton. This collaboration thing. Veterans, Reebok, Veterans, Eastpak. That's the thing.
Champion or doing.
Exactly.
It's like that age of collaboration. Like it's crazy, right?
It's a great
thing, though. It's good.
I'm gonna be collaborating all over the place.
That's dope, man. Last question though is, you know, tell me one thing you like about this age, and that's kind of how we kind of end the segment in a way.
This age, we can be anything we want. We can do anything, man.
Yeah.
Like, we can work. So we can be. I can be 15 years old right now.
Yeah.
I can make like 100k off YouTube. I said, be like, okay, cool, boom, buy shares in something. That could triple by the time I'm 18. Mum, you don't have to work anymore. You can be anything. You can be anything you want, and that's why I think we're kind of lucky in this generation. This new age right now, we can do anything. We can be anything. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to do your 9 to 5 if you don't want to. You can go out and research and be like, yo, I want to become this. This is how I'm going to do that. The resources are there. Literally, they're in your hands. You can go and get it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, Google's there, so
Google. Trust me, Google's there, bro.
Google's there. Man, thanks for sitting down. Thanks for chatting with me. This is always happening. My name's Tunde. That's Jay Hines. But that's your
Jay Hines
_. So check him out. He's doing really interesting stuff. Definitely gonna try and get him back in. This is This Age. You've been listening to. We're at the Drummer Boy Studios in Peckham. So come and check the studio out. Really amazing. You know, lots of creatives here. We try to connect as much people as we can. We're trying to do loads of cool projects. So man. Until the next time. You know, you can check me out at Chronicles of Tea. So Chronicles of _T. So check me out, reach out, just get in touch, man. That's it. Peace.